Hello, it's Molly Reamer with 30 Days of Goddess and the Goddess Magic community on Patreon. And I am just here with a very quick flip through video explaining the additions to our support guidebook for October. So this was an experimental concept in September, and I've decided to keep going with it in October. I will probably take a break in November and December so I can focus on other things. But really, I'm feeling quite a spark of inspiration and the sensation that this is what I want to be doing. This is what I need to be doing. This is what I will be happy to offer. So this will be our approach to next year's collaborative Goddess Magic practice. Our 30 Days of Goddess practice is I will create these monthly support guidebooks that will help you, I hope, really sink into, soften into, savor our themes of the month and hopefully help you use and experience them in a very different and more and deeper type of way than the material that I've created before. I hope all of my material helps you engage in a deep way, but I think this is really going to take us even farther into a sense of both connection and community, connection with the sacred, connection with ourselves, and connection with one another. So I have a couple of changes in this one that I wanted to share with you. I'm standing up because I was kind of crammed there at the table. So now you can see my reflection, hello, in the front. I got this book printed at Staples with the file that I will offer you as the Goddess Magic patrons. You will get a half-size booklet size format, and you will also get the full page, which the full page does have big text. I find I actually really like the big text. It gives me like room to work and explore, and it settles and suits me in a different way than the smaller text. And I've had quite a bit of feedback from patrons that they prefer the bigger text because you can read it at a glance and it gives you space to engage. So I did get this printed at Staples. I splurged on the yellow cover instead of the white cover. So this one ran me about $15 to get printed. It can be as little as $13 if you don't get the color cover. If you go to the booklet, I think it's under professional print at Staples, but you can also do it with Office Depot or something like that. Just upload the PDF that is attached to below this video and you can get it printed there. And they have same day pickup. Sometimes it's even ready in just 2 hours and you can just drive over and pick it up. Or you can even have it shipped to you. So it's not like you have to even go anywhere if you want to get it shipped to you instead. But I just love the speed of it. And the quality of the print is better than I can print at home. So this is all done in black and white. So make sure to choose black and white at Staples or it will be more expensive for you if it thinks it's in color. Everything's in black and white except for a little logo at the very back of the document, which doesn't need to be printed in color. It can obviously just be black and white. So I have some, this one right here. So anyway, I wanted to explain a couple things about this one as I went ahead and used those index cards pockets that Saray from the Goddess Magic group turned us on about. And so I put those in there. They're all waiting for my new cards and stuff for the month. The front half of this booklet, this month's, I'm going to call them support guidebooks. So the front part of this support guidebook pretty much has all my notes and all my ideas from this month's October video. I did include a bonus section. Let me see if I can find it. In addition to the things to consider, I included practice ideas for this month, things to try as you sink into mystery. And so I plan to do that going forward as well. So the first half is essentially notes from my video, quotes, practices, etc. And then the second half, and this is experimental. This is why I'm experimenting with an October book, and then I'll have room and time to decide what I'm really going to do in January. So we start the new year in January, and in January is when I'd like to have nailed down what I plan to offer to the community. And so if I'm going to move forward with a support guidebook, if you all are finding it helpful, if you're finding it reinforcing, if you're finding it useful to you, I will keep going with those in January, but I want to continue to explore like types of formats. So the September book only had text pretty much. And then I thought, well, what if I combined it with some monthly planning resources? So it's a combination prayer book and support guidebook in one. So if you don't want the second half, all you would have to do is print the first half of the document. Then all you have is text. If you want the second half, you can print the whole thing. So I figured that was a nice way to roll a prayer book practice right into the guidebook. So I have a monthly planner sheet. I went ahead and left a lot of blank space in the back so that you could put in art, or you could stick in, you can stick in your cards, you can put in pockets, you can do whatever you want there. There's some notes, place for notes about word of the year in practice. These would be like planning, like maybe to-do lists for your weeks, or even just prayers and reminders and happy things, depending on what you want to put in there. Bits of magic, little extra sheet for extra notes, perhaps as you watch the videos in the month, or print out prayer cards, or listen to the different things that I share, or participate in the lives, the Monday lives in the Facebook group. You might have little notes that you want to take. And then I went ahead and included a little logbook spot for every day. And you can, so this can combine. And I left the pages blank so you have plenty of room. I gave you 31 little squares with plenty of room to add art or other notes or other writing. I also included a moon wheel for people who appreciate those. Also pointing out, like if you don't use the moon wheel and you do get it printed like this at Staples, you can also just tear that page out. Like you don't have to worry about creating the document. I mean, technically you've paid a little extra for it, but it's sometimes, rather than trying to modify the PDF too much, it's sometimes better to just tear out what you don't use. Or, this is a secret from homeschooling, you can also just glue the 2 pages together and then you don't have to see them. And there they are. Ta-da! Whoops, where'd the moon wheel go? I don't know. Or you can just do whatever you want. And moon wheels are great, so I'm not meaning to critique the moon wheel, but if you don't find it useful for you, you don't have to worry about having it in there. There's ways to deal. And so that is there. I put my other pockets in the back. These will be able to nicely hold my little theme cards. Yay, look at that. And other materials that I need for the month. So I'm feeling really, really good about this concept. I also don't want to push myself on it too hard. And so I was super thrilled to create this one for October. Can't wait to use it and get going with it. But I do think I will grant myself a little break for November and December before I make a promise to keep doing these for every month. I need some time to let the idea kind of steep to make sure it's within my resources to do, and to also make sure that you are all enjoying it and find it beneficial, and that you're actually using it and enjoying it. And it's not just one more thing to have to print and use. But I really find this is going to, I can just see the whole vision for the year unfolding for 2024. I can just see 2024 unfolding with this as this really centering, presencing guidebook, this nice way to really, really soak, really, really steep, really, really step into, really embody the sacred in your everyday. So that's my goal for it and what I hope it will offer to you. And I hope it will allow the information that I create and provide to have some time to steep, like I keep saying, to steep and to sink in, and not to just be shuffled aside as one more thing, but instead be something you can come back to again and again for support, for encouragement, for inspiration, for guidance. So that's my description about our October encouragement. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know what you think, and then I will consider your ideas as I move forward into the next year's planning. I've really been spending a lot of time visioning what I want 2024 to look like for this community and what I hope to offer to you. So your feedback and ideas are welcome. I can't always promise to do them because I do have a lot in my own bubbling cauldron of ideas, and I have to do what works for me, but I do love to hear from you all, and I appreciate each of you so much and your participation in this community. Thank you so much for being here, and keep living your magic. Bye-bye.